The coronation of a new king in the UK is a highly ceremonial event that has been steeped in tradition for centuries. The process begins with the death or abdication of the previous monarch, which triggers a period of mourning and preparations for the coronation of the new king. The coronation ceremony typically takes place several months after the previous monarch's passing to allow for adequate preparations to take place. The location of the coronation has varied over the years, but it is usually held at Westminster Abbey in London, which has been the site of coronations since William the Conqueror was crowned there in 1066. The ceremony itself is highly scripted and involves numerous religious and secular elements. The new king enters the abbey, dressed in regal robes and wearing the royal crown. The coronation ceremony is presided over by the Archbishop of Canterbury, who anoints the king with holy oil and presents him with various symbols of his authority, such as the scepter and the orb. During the coronation ceremony, the new king takes an oath to uphold the laws and customs of the country and to serve the people of the UK. He also receives the crown, which is placed on his head by the Archbishop of Canterbury. This moment is often accompanied by the singing of the national anthem and a fanfare of trumpets. After the crowning, the new king is presented to the people outside the abbey, where he is greeted with cheers and applause. He then returns to the palace, where he hosts a banquet for dignitaries and other important guests. The coronation of a new king is not only a highly ceremonial event but also an important moment in the history of the country. It signals the start of a new reign and a new era for the UK, and it marks the formal transfer of power from the previous monarch to the new one. In addition to the religious and ceremonial elements, the coronation of a new king also has political significance. It provides an opportunity for the new monarch to make a statement or set a tone for their reign. For example, in 1953, Queen Elizabeth II's coronation was an occasion for her to establish a sense of modernity and inclusiveness, as she was the first monarch to allow the ceremony to be broadcast on television, enabling millions of people to watch the proceedings from their homes. The preparations for a coronation can take several months and involve a wide range of individuals and organizations. The royal household, the government, and the Church of England all play a role in planning and executing the ceremony. Security is also a major consideration, and the event is closely monitored by law enforcement and other security personnel. The coronation regalia is one of the most iconic aspects of the ceremony. The crown worn by the monarch is made of gold and precious stones and is decorated with symbols of the UK and the monarchy. Other important pieces of regalia include the orb, which represents the monarch's role as ruler of the world, and the scepter, which represents the monarch's authority and power. Overall, the coronation of a new king in the UK is a highly symbolic event that represents the continuity of the country's traditions and values. It is a moment when the past, present, and future converge, and when the country comes together to celebrate its heritage and its hopes for the future.